They say that in 1842, on a plantation in Alabama, the slaves unearthed a huge skeleton, the bones of a giant whale, a leviathan, from the time when all the world was covered with water, from the Andes to the Himalayas, and even Alabama was deep down under. And the slaves looked at the huge bones, and they said, "These must be the bones of a fallen angel. These must be the bones of a fallen angel." Out on the ocean, out on the water, we look for signs of him. He looks like a giant snowy fountain, then he disappears. He's a speck on the horizon. We see him only in parts, a flash of a tail, his beating heart. He's in pieces and parts. It's easier for a camel to slide through the eye of a needle, than to find a whale who hides at the bottom of the ocean. It's easier to sail around the world in a coffee cup, than to see a whale when he comes rising up. We see him only in parts, a fountain fins, a speck on the horizon, giant teeth and open mouth. Look out, look out, look out, look out. So hit an elephant with a dart, and he just reaches around and he pulls it out with his trunk. Of it hit a whale in the heart, and the whole ocean turns red. It turns red. We see him only in parts, a flash of a tail, his beating heart. He's in pieces and parts. So get it in your head, and there may be a few things you can't recall at all. But get it in your heart, and you're in pieces and parts, in pieces and parts.
Say, this must be my lucky day. Jump up, get out, get on my way. Every slobbery frog and every mangy dog that crosses my path reminds me you're my precious jewel, and you're my precious one. My compensation. I used to live in a big house. All I ever thought about was getting out. When I met you, there was something about you. every slobbery frog and every mangy dog that crosses my path conspires to remind me I love your bread. I love your bread. I love your bread.
Diego used to be a guard at the Museum of Modern Art. He was on the night shift. And his job was to go around the museum and tell people to leave. Or as he put it, snap them out of their art trances. People who'd been standing in front of one thing for hours. He would jump in front of them and snap his fingers. And he'd say, "Time to go. Time to go. Time to go."
But you know, starting is always the hard part. It's like stuttering. You're only afraid at the beginning. That's where the fear is. So you only stutter at the beginning of the word, when it's starting. nobody ever stutters at the end. There's no stuttering, because by then, it's too late to be afraid. By then, there are only the regrets. It started out with a bad day. And I was sitting around in my studio, feeling sorry for myself. And the phone rang, and a voice said, "This is so-and-so, and I'm from NASA, and we'd like you to be the first artist in residence here." And I said, "You're not from NASA." And I hung up the phone. About 5 minutes later, the same person called, and I said, "Come on, I was sure it was a fan who had figured out what my secret dream was and had decided to torture me." Now finally, I called someone at NASA, and he said that yes, I had actually been chosen to be the first artist in residence at NASA, and he wanted to see if I was interested. And I said, "Well, what does an artist in residence actually do? I mean, what does that mean with a space program?" And they said they didn't really know what that meant, and what did I think it meant? And I thought, who are these people? And then I saw Lola Bell's face, and she had one of these brand new expressions. And first was the realization that she was prey, and that these birds had come to kill her. And second was a whole new thought. It was the realization that they can come from the air. I mean, I never thought of that. A whole 180 more degrees that I'm now responsible for. It's not just the stuff down here, the dirt and the rocks and the smells and the trees, but all of this, too. And the rest of the time we were in the mountains, out on the trails, she just kept looking over her shoulder and trotting along with her head in the air. And she had this whole new gait, really awkward, not with her nose to the ground following the smells, but pointing straight up, sniffing, sampling, scanning the thin sky, like there's something wrong with the air. And I thought, where have I seen this look before? And then I realized it was the same look on the faces of my neighbors in New York in the days right after 9/11, when they suddenly realized, first, that they could come from the air, and second, that it would be that way from now on. It would always be that way. And we had passed through a door, and we would never be going back. for the next day. Here we go again. As a team sport. Life as something that uncoils inside us. A world that comes in through your skin. And dogs hobbling across the mud to a brownish yellow sea. A sick monkey on the beach. The food, however, is delicious. I have to say that much at least. And animals popping out of their holes for a last look before the winter snows. Lights out. You know, it's so beautiful. It's like the 4th of July. It's like a Christmas tree. It's like fireflies on a summer night. And I wish I could describe this to you better. But I can't talk very well right now. 'Cause I've got this damn gas mask on. So I'm just gonna stick this microphone out the window. See if we can't hear a little better. Hello, California. What's the weather like out there now? And I only have one question. Did you ever really love me? Only when we danced. And it was so beautiful. It was like the 4th of July. It was like fireflies on a summer night. Did
she
fall,
or
was she
pushed? Your
shirt
on
my
chair. Your
shirt
on
my
chair. I'll be
with you.
I'll
Be
there.
I'll never
Leave you. Your
shirt
on
my
chair. Come
here,
little
girl,
get
into
the car.
It's
A
brand
new
Cadillac, bright
red. Come
here,
little
girl. Hey, haven't
I
seen
you
somewhere
before. Your despair,
in my heart, bright
red.
your
Words
in
my
ears.
I'll be
With you,
I'll
be
there.
I'll never
Leave you.
Wild beasts shall rest there, and owls shall answer one another there, and hairy ones shall dance there, and sirens in the temples of pleasure.
Your
Shirt
on
my
chair. I'll be
with you,
I'll
be
there.
I'll never
Leave you. Your
shirt
on
my
chair.
I'm lying in the shade of my family tree. I'm a branch that broke off. What will become of me? Dear Mom, I'm lying here in this queen-size bed. I'm thinking back to all the stories you read to me about those little animals who went to sea in their beautiful pea green boats. But I can't remember now what happened then. Dear Mom, how does it end? The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and lots of money wrapped in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, pussy, my love, what a wonderful pussy you are. You are, you are. Let us be married. Too long we've tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? A ring, a ring, a ring. What shall we do for a ring? Hey! Hey! They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the palm tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy wig stood, a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, a ring at the end of his nose. And hand in hand, at the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the, by the light of the, by the light of the moon. And hand in hand, at the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the, by the light of the, by the light of the moon. The moon, the moon. Hey! Hey!
It was the night flight from Houston. Almost perfect visibility. You could see the lights from all the little Texas towns far below. And I was sitting next to a 52-year-old woman who had never been on a plane before. And her son had sent her a ticket and said, "Mom, you've raised 10 kids. It's time you got on a plane." She was sitting in the window seat, staring out, and she kept talking about the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and pointing. And suddenly, I realized that she thought we were in outer space, looking down at the stars. And I said, "You know, I think those lights down there are the lights from little towns."
In our sleep, as we speak, listen to the drums beat as we speak. In our sleep, as we speak, Listen to the drums beat in our sleep.
In our sleep, as we speak, listen to the drums beat. As we speak, as we speak, in our sleep, listen to the drums beat. In our sleep,
In our sleep, as we speak, listen to the drums beat. As we speak,
in our sleep,
as we speak, listen to the drums beat. In our sleep. In our sleep.
where we meet.
In our sleep.
Where we meet.
Beispiele paranormale Tonbandstimmen. Was sind paranormale Tonbandstimmen? Es sind Stimmen unbekannter Herkunft. Es sind paranormale Tonbandstimmen.
Ihren Klang. Ich verstehe die Sprachen. Ich verstehe die Sprachen nicht. Ich höre nur ihren Klang.
Honey, you're my one and only, so pay me what you owe me. The lights are going down slowly. In the woods, the animals are moving. In my dreams, you're talking to me. Your voice is moving through. Talk as if you knew me, so pay me what you owe me.
Accomplish them parents over their destiny. 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 Accomplish them parents over their destiny.
Beispiel Nummer 22.
The sun is shining slowly. The birds are flying so low. Honey, you're my one and only, so pay me what you owe me.
The thing that's forbidden by the Tibetan Book of the Dead is crying. Crying is not allowed because it's supposedly confusing to the dead. and you don't want to summon them back because they actually can't come back. So, no crying. When Lolabelle died, our teacher said, every time you think of her, give something away or do something kind. And I said, then I'd be giving things away non-stop. And he said, so? And it took me so long to figure it out. Because death is so often about regrets or guilt. Why didn't I call her? Why didn't I say that? Or it's more about you than the person who died. But finally, I saw it. The connection between love and death. And that the purpose of death is the release of love. And I said, hello, operator, get me Memphis, Tennessee. And she said, I know who you're trying to call, darling. And he's not home, he's been away. But you can hear him on the airwaves. He's howling at the moon. Yeah, this is your country station. And honey, this next one's for you. And all along the highways and under the big western sky, they're singing, ooh, ooh, they're singing wild blue. Way out on the prairie and up in the high chaparral, they hear a voice that says, good evening. This is Captain Midnight speaking, and I got a song for you. Goes something like this. Starlight, star bright, we're gonna hang some new stars in the heavens tonight. They're gonna circle by day, they're gonna fly by night. We're going sky high, you, yeah, you. So good night, ladies. Good night, gentlemen. Keep those cards and letters coming. And please don't call again. Geronimo and Little Nancy, Marilyn and John F. Dancy. Uncle took the message and it's written on the wall. These are pictures
bright red glare from the land of sky blue water, sent by freedom's sons and daughters. We're singing, ooh, ooh, we're singing wild blue, we're singing, ooh. and lots of money wrapped in a 5-pound note. stars above and sang to the small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, pussy, my love, what a wonderful pussy you are. You are, you are. Let us be married. Too long we've tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? A ring, a ring, a ring. What shall we do for a ring? Hey! Hey! They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the palm tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy wig stood, a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, a ring at the end of his nose. And hand in hand, at the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the, by the light of the, by the light of the moon. And hand in hand, at the edge of the sand,